Hello and welcome to today's edition of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. It's exciting stuff here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, and like you always do, if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for choosing us. Welcome to the family here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. If you aren't new, you are part of the family, of course. Thank you very much for consistently being here. We are making very good strides in the community, and it's growing by the hour. And I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that's chosen the brand, that's chosen the channel, and we keep on going. I want a big thank you to you. So of course, it's important that we subscribe to the channel, we turn on notification if you haven't subscribed. Of course, if you subscribe, you should turn on notification as well, and in there you ought to choose all. When you turn on notification, it's imperative that you do so. There is a lot to unpack. There's a need to also share the channel, share the link to your friends, to family who love the game. Let's just talk about it. And I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who was tuning onto the channel this morning. This is going to be our first broadcast for the day. The morning one, of course, is going to be one latest by 4 p.m. on the channel, GMT, Ghana time on the channel for the second one of the day. So let's get ready. Today there's a lot to talk about. So I told you in the past 2 days ago, that Chelsea and other top clubs were given a seat in the Derby de Lisbon, where Sporting Lisbon and Benfica crashed. Oh my God. For Chelsea, it was for two things. It was for either of Ruben Amorim and also for Victor Gyökeres. And it was same for Barcelona. Barcelona were there as well to try and get Ruben Amorim. And it's the same for Chelsea. We were trying to get Ruben Amorim and Victor Gyökeres. Victor was on the score sheet yesterday. He was brilliant. He scored some excellent going there. He showed his quality. And I'll tell you why Victor is an excellent player. Chelsea need to stay away from Victor Osimhen and deal with this Victor Rada. It was brilliant stuff yesterday. We'll talk about the details very soon. Also, Reece James has returned to full-blown training. He looks so slim. And for a lot of people, they believe that for the very first time, it looks as if Reece James is going to be back for good. I mean, we'll wait. We'll be a little bit patient to see how that will go, to see if truly Reece James will be back for good. Yesterday, Cole Palmer won the London Players Award, best player in London, young best player in London by Cole Palmer. He was excellent in his run for Chelsea Football Club. And yesterday, he showed it in the Chelsea are looking for a winger. Yesterday, Inaki, Nico Williams actually was exciting. He was on the score sheet for Bilbao. I don't know. Maybe Nico Williams is the guy that people have to go on for. Of course, Inaki also did score in there for Athletic Bilbao, but James is getting exactly where he wanted to get to. We'll start with James. So, I mean, Reece's injury has been stop-start, and I think that, in my opinion, one of the best right backs that you can get in the business is Reece James in terms of ability. The thing is that we have all seen quality players, top-notch players, excellent players in terms of ability, who never really saw the proper end of their career. And I'm very sad that Reece looks like that kind of player. He looks like the kind of player, given the recurring nature of his injuries in recent times, how he gets injured, gets back to the field, gets injured again. And for somebody who has a background in biochemistry, I kind of understand these things because muscle tears, muscle wear and tear is a big deal. So our average walking even causes wear and tear in our muscles. And the body consistently has to go through a process of wearing and tearing and replacing worn out muscles and everything. But if there's a strain, there's a stretch in muscle tearing, and consistently the tendon that's supposed to keep two bones together and the muscle that's supposed to stick together to help movement isn't strong enough, then there's a big deal. Now, Reece has gone on to do that surgery, and it looks as if it's going to give Reece a new breath of life to his football. And I've seen him. He was in Doha last week for a recuperation session and his rehabilitation in Doha to get back to full fitness and start playing for the club. He joined the team to go and watch the Carabao Cup final. Of course, he didn't play. And then yesterday, he took to his Instagram when he was doing a treadmill, and you could see that Reece was a little bit shredded. He was lean, and I like that. One of the things that I had read in my research in the lead up to how Reece can get to the top again was the fact that people felt that he was building a lot of muscle mass and spending a lot of time in the gym where he will build a mass, he will become big and everything, become bulky and aggressive, difficult for you to rub off the game. But That, however, from experts, looked as if it was hurting Reece more than it was giving him a chance to full recovery. And that's exactly why in the pictures I'm showing right now, you can tell that Reece has bulked down. He's lean. He has become leaner, and that's going to help. He's reducing the muscle size, and it looks as if Reece is going to get back um, in there. And on Instagram, this is exactly what he posted. He said, "All these setbacks I took will break you. The comeback is coming." And I hope truly is a proper comeback. That's all the setbacks that um, he took is going to break a lot of people, but his comeback is going to be huge. And I like that mentality that the comeback is coming. It's going to be a huge one. It's going to be an exciting one for himself and then for the team, for Chelsea Football Club in there, because of course it's a brilliant one in there. Yesterday in front of the San Mamé, it was a brilliant atmosphere, especially outside, the crazy atmosphere at the San Mamé in Bavaria for the Copa del Rey semi-final between Athletic Club and then Atletico de Madrid. It was something. San Mamé, all of these Bavaria people, all of these barrier people in Spain know exactly how to create an atmosphere for a football game. And yesterday they made it so. Of course, Inaki Williams and then Nico Williams was on fire. See, in terms of young wingers, and I know that if Chelsea fans consistently talk about moving on from Raheem Sterling and Watson, they're looking on from Raheem Sterling means that you're looking for a replacement. For me, in terms of wide area creativity, only a few players come close to Kylian Mbappe and then Mohamed Salah in that area. In my opinion, I think right apart from these two in that job, I'm looking at Rafael Leao and then I'm looking at somebody like Nico Williams. I think Nico Williams is blistering and he's the real deal. He's an excellent player, and in the summer, the Chelsea are looking for some reinforcement from out wide. He's a player that should be looked at, especially if you want quality to deliver in terms of goal scoring chances, creativity from out wide. He's that player. Yesterday, he was on the score sheet himself and his big brother um, Inaki Williams on the score sheet for Atletico de Bilbao, and it was a big one for them. They knew that was going to be a big game, and then they ought to show up. They did show up. And yesterday, the Paris Saint-Germain manager, Luis Enrique, said something about Rafael Leao, and I want to read it to you. Enrique, Rafael Leao, who is that? A singer? He made his debut ironically, then he got more serious. No, I'm kidding. I know very well who it is, but I don't want to talk about players who are not with us. And he was asked about Rafael Leao. Of course, at the beginning, he joked about Rafael Leao, but yes, he knows the quality of Rafael Leao. He can hit everybody in Europe. If Kylian Mbappe is leaving, definitely he's the kind of player that Paris Saint-Germain are looking at to have that influence from outside in terms of creativity and then they scoring goals. In terms of strikers, they have them and they have Gonzalo Guedes. Not Guedes, I mean Gonzalo from the guy from Portugal. They have him there. There's also Randall Colomwani. These are all young, exuberant attacking talents that they have in their team. They don't need to go and get center forwards. It's the wide area creativity that they need. With Usman Dembele, there's a need for another person. Yes, Bradley Bracola is a young player, and you need someone with the caliber of Rafael Leao to lead the charge next. But in my opinion, I don't even think it's about names in there for them. So yeah, that is it in there for Rafael Leao, and then Paris Saint-Germain. We'll talk about a lot as well going on. So stick and stay with us. Do not go nowhere. Again, like I said, these days we have two videos that are always dropping. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you should subscribe now. 10 a.m. each morning, and then by 4 p.m. the next one also drops. So always be on the lookout for the videos I'll be dropping on the channel here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So stick and stay, and let us make sure we give you all the best updates tonight in the conversation of sports. In my opinion, this is the best. So yesterday there was a London Football Awards, and Cole Palmer, Declan Rice were all in there. Cole won the best young player of the year in London, and I think that it has shown from the time he donned a pair of Chelsea shirts and shorts, and then donned a pair of boots to match. He has been brilliant for Chelsea Football Club, and I think that he deserves all the applause that he's getting. Of course, himself and Nicolas Jackson are in double figures this season. Last season, not even Kai Havertz had double figures for the team. So it tells you that this is a very, very important player for Chelsea Football Club, and it looks as if they are getting the job done. Now, Let us get to the most detailed part of the conversation and where I've been wanting to talk about every time, um, the whole day. This is where I want to talk about. There is the need for Chelsea to stay away from Victor because this Victor is the real deal. It was a caption. There is a need for Chelsea to stay away from Victor because this Victor is the real deal. I told you, Europe's elite clubs yesterday were in Portugal in the evening, and it was about looking at one of the best strikers who nobody actually really saw when he was playing in the championship with Coventry. He has moved to Sporting CP, and now he's turning heads. He's making people know that he's brilliant. There are just two things I want to show you. People from Scandinavia are aggressive monsters in nature. And when I see anybody from Scandinavia, it's like somebody that is from South America. Scandinavia, essentially, for me, is the South America of Europe in terms of attitude. And Victor Gyökeres, of course, is a Swedish-born player, and he is menacing. Yesterday, I saw his run. Of course, Nicolas Otamendi is aged, and then his pace isn't there and what's not. But Gyökeres is just menacing. There was a ball from I didn't set up to do the tactical analysis, but there was a ball from the wide area in the zone where he makes a very good run in between the two centre backs, gets slightly close to Otamendi, tracks him off the ball, and then ends up bending his curve and then angles well enough to score a goal for Sporting CP. It is the quality of Victor Gyökeres. I've seen Osimhen's injuries. I've seen the issues with Osimhen. I've seen how Osimhen sometimes struggles to carry the ball forward and then make chances for himself if you're not doing it. He's an excellent holder player, brings a lot of people into play, picks the pockets of centre forwards. He's an aggressive and menacing player in the box. He is a killer, in my own words. But for me, I think Osimhen will fit the Arsenal style more than the Chelsea style. Giving a team like Chelsea that's really burdened and they need some help in terms of growth with a team. Somebody that can drop deep to pick up the ball, somebody that can combine with Nicolas Jackson, and not two Africans in a team. It means that the next African Cup of Nations next year, Chelsea are going to lose two attackers, which is not going to be a good one. So it's important that Chelsea go to a European. And in this European, for me, I think it is Victor Gyökeres. I've seen enough to know that Victor Gyökeres is the real deal. Watched him yesterday, took my time, watched him off the ball, on the ball, leading on the press. And I think that's one thing that I really wanted to see. In terms of his goal scoring prowess, I knew that he's an excellent player. He'll convert chances, a killer in the box. My bigger question that I threw at myself to look out for in Victor Gyökeres was to see if he is the kind of guy that can lead the press. It is important. That's one of the biggest attributes of Victor Osimhen. He's constantly menacing, leading the press. He's aggressive, forces centre backs to make mistakes. Even Nicolas Jackson also has same in him. So if you have two attackers, being aggressive with the press, winning the ball very high up, making the best ball playing centre backs, the best ball playing goalkeepers uncomfortable with the ball, then you have a higher chance of turning over possession. And with Mauricio Pochettino's more direct approach to the game, trying to bypass the middle and pushing up high, turning over the ball, and then making sure he converts them into goal scoring chances, that is the best guy for the Chelsea project in attack. It is signed and sealed. Yesterday, I'm told that Chelsea scouts led by not not Stewart, Joe Schilt yesterday. It was led by Joe Schilt yesterday, and they were left in awe of the quality of Victor Gyökeres. Also, there were a lot of clubs in there that were looking at Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim, of course, will become center stage of conversation in terms of management. Barcelona, if Xavi Alonso manages to leave Leverkusen, the Leverkusen people will look at Ruben Amorim. They will look at Hoeneß from Stuttgart. So, of course, a lot of the clubs sent their scouts to go and watch these two. And that three-back system from Ruben Amorim was excellent. Again, it's about using the three at the back to stretch Benfica, open up spaces, go out wide, and then get attackers on the far post. It was such a delight to watch yesterday. And it tells you the quality of Ruben Amorim. He's a solid manager, he's pragmatic, he's versatile. My problem is that does he fit the squad profile at Chelsea? That's the big question. He doesn't strike me as somebody that's fit directly the squad profile at Chelsea. So that's why I'll just drag my feet a little bit on Amorim, but for Victor Gyökeres. He's excellent. I've signed him off. He's the best striker. Forget about Victor Osimhen and turn to Victor Gyökeres. He is the real deal. My name is Fiifi-Manfred. Thank you very much for Fifi joining me on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, you should. Turn on notification as well. I'll see you in the course of the day. Bye.